Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
I'm poking fun, but the girl's getting gigs because she's good at it.
Yeah,
like,
she is fantastic.
You've hit a niche, and everybody wants you for that niche. Hey, fair enough. Get paid, Judy. Go crazy.
Yeah. It's like hand models, right? Like, they're good at the hand models. They're not modeling for anything else.
I'm sorry. Are you actually comparing Judy Greer to hand models?
It's what came to my mind. A niche, right? Like, it's a niche market.
I thought I was going strange with this, but you went strange. Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And like you, I love rewatching movies over and over again.
You're joining us here. That means you love romantic comedies. Amazing news. We do as well.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
Today we have
27 dresses.
And before anything else, we took last week off. Here in Canada, it was Canada Day. In the States, obviously Independence Day. So we thought a lot of people would be taking a few days off around now. So we also took last week off. We got a few messages being like, oh my God, where's the newest episode? We're sorry. We're back to your regularly scheduled programming now. And we got a lot of people reaching out on Instagram. So please do, at Romcom Rewind, as well on TikTok. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, throw us a follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. And we did get a message from an Emily on Instagram saying, I'm such a huge fan of this podcast. Thank you so much, Emily. It's given me another reason to rewatch some of my favorite rom-coms and introduced me to some new ones. I know y'all have done a lot of wedding rom-coms, but if you don't mind another request, you should look at Father of the Bride. Question: is Father of the Bride a romantic comedy?
I think so. I don't know. I can't remember. I'll be honest. I can't remember if I haven't seen it or if I've only seen it once.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You potentially have never seen that movie.
I can't remember.
Dang,
I got to see the front cover.
Steve Martin.
I think
Sarah.
I've seen it. Yes, I think I've seen it.
She goes on to say, my sister went on one of her first dates to go see this movie in theaters, and my parents accidentally somehow ended up at the same movie showing. My sister realized that they were also in the theater when she recognized their laughter during the movie.
Oh my God.
Let's just say my sister still hasn't forgiven them. Thanks again for creating such a wonderful podcast. Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you so much. Okay, it's so funny that she mentioned her sister heard her parents laugh, because my mom has a laugh that I remember one time at track and field, I was waiting for my mom to come all day, and I knew she was there because from across the field, I heard her laugh.
Really?
And I was like, oh, my mom's here.
27 Dresses is directed by Anne Fletcher, and also was responsible for Step Up and The Proposal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love it.
This movie made $162 million at the box office in 2008.
That's huge.
Is it one of Katherine Heigl's biggest roles?
Oh, I think so.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
So this movie is the story of Jane Nichols, played by Katherine Heigl. Jane is a bridesmaid. Can we call her a veteran?
Yeah, she's pro. She's a professional. She's gone professional.
Yeah. 27 times she has been a bridesmaid, never a bride, hence 27 dresses. So as our movie opens, she's actually bridesmaiding in 2 weddings on the same night. Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing. She resorts to cabbing back and forth between the two, which catches the eye of one Kevin Doyle, played by James Marsden. Now, Kevin Doyle.
Pen name, Malcolm Doyle.
Yes, we don't know that yet, but he's actually, Kevin Doyle is at one of these weddings. He notices that she is kind of going back and forth between theoretically another wedding, and she actually kind of bumps her head, and he decides to help her out, gets her in a cab, and gets her home. As it so happens, Kevin Doyle is actually a writer of the wedding announcement section of the New York
commitment
section.
Yes,
but it's wedding.
Totally,
stuff.
totally.
Yeah. Is it the New York Post or New York? I don't even know. What it is.
I can't.
It's a newspaper.
Yeah.
The New York Journal, perhaps. That's where that pen name comes in. He learns of this story of her, Jane, being a perpetual bridesmaid. Being a perpetual...
you got to be clear.
Yeah, being a perpetual bridesmaid. And he kind of decides, maybe I could write a story about her and get out of this stupid wedding thing that I don't want to be writing about. Our 27 Dresses plot really comes to a head as Jane's sister, Tess, Malin Akerman, falls for Jane's boss, George, played by Edward Burns, and Kevin Doyle kind of uses this opportunity to write about both Tess's wedding and maybe learn a little bit more about this career bridesmaid with the 27 dresses. And there's kind of a subplot where Jane is actually deeply in love with her boss, George.
Here we go. Do you know your name?
Jane?
I'm Kevin. Don't you think it's a whole lot of ritual for something that's got about a 50-50 shot of making it out of the gate?
Oh, how refreshing. A man who doesn't believe in marriage.
Jane was good at taking care of everyone,
You've been a bridesmaid 27
What
times?
do you do besides work and help people get married?
but she never took care of herself.
Did you put that breakfast burrito on my desk?
I just thought you might be hungry.
That's why I love you.
I love you too. Oh!
I love rewatching this movie. It's an easy, happy movie to watch when you want a feel-good movie about weddings. It's fun. It's light. I love the dress montage when we get to see all the dresses she wears to all of her past weddings as a bridesmaid. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It might be my favorite scene. It really is a bridesmaid, never a bride type situation. However, this last time I watched it, I wanted to throw the TV controller across the room to hit Tess on the head. She is so selfish, I find, and extremely a little bit of a brat in this movie.
100%
Like, I find she's like a little bratty. Like that, I find that's a really good word. Like
There's a moment we're going to get to where I was hoping Jane was going to punch her in the tit.
Yeah.
I actually
the
thought it was going to
tit.
happen. Like,
Oh
yo,
my-
punch her in the boob right now. Because I thought that's what the scene needed. So yeah, I agree.
a little oomph.
A little punch in the tit, right? It's not, it's not.
Take it that extra mile, you
right,
know?
but it's not the face. It's just like, I'm going
Right.
to hurt you, but I'm not actually going to give you a black eye. Can I ask
Right.
a question? Two
Yeah.
questions, actually.
Okay.
What is your favorite cheesy thing that happens in rom-coms?
I already told everybody knows this. The montage.
It's the dress-up montages.
Dress-up montages
That's
is
literally
Sarah's
my least
favorite
Oh,
parts of the movie.
God.
Yes.
It's always a stupid song.
Yeah, it's not a stupid song. It's a great song. There's nothing stupid about it.
My other question, and this is a really sincere question.
Yeah.
Is Katherine Heigl actually good? Like, at acting?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. I
I'm
think she's
going to-
great.
I'm going to lightly disagree.
Lightly
I'm gonna push
or
back just a little
actually?
bit.
Okay,
Like,
why?
Okay. I feel like in the mid-2000s, she's in Grey's Anatomy,
Okay, yeah.
biggest show on the planet,
Mhm.
and she's also in Knocked Up, and that's an amazing movie around the exact same time.
Yep.
And I think collectively, we thought, wow, what a massive mega star. She's so amazing. But if you go through the entire rest of the movies she's done,
Mm-hmm.
not that awesome. Like, The Ugly Truth, that's fine.
It was good.
It was good.
Okay.
The Killers,
Ashton Kutcher.
that's the one with Ashton Kutcher where
Yes,
she's super
she
annoying
was a
the
little
whole
bit
time.
annoying in
she,
that
She was a
one.
little bit much in that one.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, I don't even remember that one. I don't think it was that good.
It's like that was a movie that had a lot of actresses, and I feel like it kind of may have gotten lost in the shuffle of all the other movies.
Life as We Know It.
I liked Life as We Know It.
I liked it as well.
Yeah.
I thought she was good in it. Like, in all these
see,
movies,
I
I'm
like
just
it.
saying, like, I'm like, oh, that was fine, but she was never,
Okay.
you're taking my breath away, Catherine. In
Well-
the way that a Julia Roberts would take my breath away in some movies. Or an Emma Stone.
Maybe she just hasn't found that right script for her.
Maybe.
You know?
She does complain about, like, every movie she's on. She complained about the Grey's Anatomy script all the time, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, like, wild things happen on that show.
Oh, yeah.
Plane crashes and like
Oh,
just
you mean in terms of the writing?
right. Like there's just some crazy plot. Okay. We all know she was in love and may have done it with a ghost. So let's
That's right, I
remember
forgot
that.
about- You know what?
So I would
You're
probably
right.
complain about that too.
You're right. If Katherine Heigl had problems
Like-
with that script, fair enough, Kath. Wasn't there a bomb thing with her? How there was a bomb in the basement and she was like the only one in the room or something?
I have lost track of the extremes. I mean, I think in this most recent season, sorry for any spoilers, but I think Meredith was like dead for part of it. Like she was in heaven and she got revisited, like she was visited by, I don't watch it right now. Like I stopped watching, I think at season 11. So I do have some catching up to do. But I think that's like from the commercials, what I've gathered.
Overall about the movie, though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought the movie was pretty good. The jokes are funny. The story's
Yeah.
interesting. It's kind of compelling.
Mm-hmm.
I felt sometimes irrationally annoyed for Jane's character, which I think is what you were getting at.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Which you want. You know, you want to be on her side.
Which I 100% was.
Yeah. I did feel there was something missing with our guy Kevin Doyle. I thought Jane's character was interesting. She was always kind of annoyed to see him, which I didn't really like.
Yeah.
And I feel they could have dove into his character a little bit more. Like, what do we know about Kevin Doyle?
We know nothing.
We know that he doesn't believe in marriage and that he is a writer.
Yes.
Those are the facts.
And that he's divorced because
he was cheated on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we know about
Yes.
him. And I actually thought James Marsden was one of the shining bright spots. Like, he made this movie really, really great.
Yeah, he made it smoking hot, so...
Right! I'm talking comedic delivery, Sarah.
Okay, well, I'm talking about something else.
Right. Sex factor, sure, whatever.
I think you're right. I think the movie was very much about the sisters and George. Like, George had a bigger role to play in it than James Marsden, which is super weird because James Marsden's character, Kevin, was supposed to be the leading man, which... in my mind, I don't know if that really came through.
That didn't translate on screen. And
No.
you know what I feel like we missed? Especially because this director also did The Proposal. We missed those Ryan Reynolds, Sandra Bullock. Like, remember when they're in the bedroom and they're sharing all these deep stories about each other in The Proposal? I feel like we missed that moment with James Marsden in this movie because we know all about Jane. We have no idea who Kevin is. And he's actually quite likable.
I love this movie. Maybe that was a point that they missed. Maybe diving into James Marsden or Kevin a little deeper for sure. Is this the fourth Judy Greer movie that we've done?
Oh my God.
She's a party animal in this movie. I loved her in this movie. She was funny.
I actually have a drinking game for this. This is great.
Okay.
You know what? If you're listening to this episode of our podcast, but you're kind of going through the whole catalog, this is a great drinking game. Every time Judy Greer is in a movie, that's a finish your glass because she pops up in so many movies that I actually ran the math, Sarah.
Okay, tell me.
Romantic comedies she's in. She's in What Women Want.
Okay.
She's in The Wedding Planner. She's in 13 Going on 30. She's in Elizabethtown.
Oh, okay.
Hard to say, by the way, Elizabethtown. 27 Dresses, Love Happens, Love and Other Drugs, Playing for Keeps. Yo, she actually did a skit with Funny or Die. The skit is called Judy Greer is the Best Friend, and the entire premise is that she just exists to get her best friend to like there's a thing where she's like, you gotta go to the airport, you gotta just get a ticket and gotta go get your man, and then the girl like runs out and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get him, and then they pan back to Judy Greer and this other woman and they're just like,
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
They have nothing to talk about.
Nothing.
Yeah.
She's
nothing.
like, so what have you been up to? And Judy's like, well, you know, I've been helping her with her love life. And it's
my God.
And anything else? No, not really. Like, that's just all I kind of do.
I live to serve her.
And in this movie, that's kind of how it is. Like, we know Judy Greer does not have a love interest. She has a job.
She has a few love interests.
Right, but that's her classic role. She's just...
I love it.
Generally promiscuous.
I love her in this movie. She is so funny.
She somehow exudes that we make that her primary focus in every movie.
All about the D.
Hey, Judy Greer's going to be the sexually frustrated best friend. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
I loved it.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Judy, but...
Well, you know what, though? What sold it for me was her delivery. She's so good at her sarcastic delivery of her lines. I love it. She may have had a bigger role than James Marsden.
Oh, yeah, she might have. She might have. And you know what? Like, I'm poking fun, but the girl's getting gigs because she's good at it.
Yeah,
like,
she is fantastic.
You've hit a niche, and everybody wants you for that niche. Hey, fair enough. Get paid, Judy. Go crazy.
Yeah. It's like hand models, right? Like, they're good at the hand models. They're not modeling for anything else.
I'm sorry. Are you actually comparing Judy Greer to hand models right now?
It's what came to my mind. a niche, right? Like, it's a niche market.
I thought I was going strange with this, but you went strange.
Sorry, not sorry.
If we ever get the opportunity to interview Judy Greer on this podcast, we need to bring that up. Like, listen, we would compare your career to hand model.
No.
What are your thoughts?
Not her career, but the niche ability for her to be a specific character.
which is the basis of her career.
No, okay, don't forget, I freaking love her.
Oh, we both love her.
Yeah, it's not in a negative light
People
by
love
any means.
hand models, Sarah. I get it.
No, you need hand models.
I mean,
we need Judy Greer.
There's a market for hand models for a reason.
And Judy Greer.
Yeah. Tapped into that hand model market.
Okay, so brides and their thoughts on bridesmaids' dresses. So the bride says, "Don't you love the bridesmaids' dresses that I chose for you? You can shorten them and wear them again." But can you? Like I know a lot of brides say that. Like, "Oh, look I tried to pick, like what's in style at the moment. You can just shorten it, and wear it as a cocktail dress someplace." Like, it's their specific taste.
It's
like
a niche.
they get to choose
It's like a
what
hand
you're
model
wearing.
again. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like you get to choose what the hand model holds.
Sure.
A can of OJ.
Yeah.
Like,
I think most of them are probably used for rings and stuff, but yeah.
oh yeah, probably that too. Yeah.
Gloves.
I feel like I can relate to this so much because
Yeah, I have no concept for this. Is this kind of like back when, remember like 15 years ago where we would have those pants? Guys would have these pants, but they would have a zipper and you could make them shorts, but they always looked like the pants looked stupid and then the shorts also looked stupid.
I tried to pick dresses. Like, I can relate to this because I did try to pick bridesmaids dresses for my bridesmaids that they could in fact wear again.
Do you think they will?
I think they will.
Can we ask one of them
They've all
under
told
a-
me, but now I'm wondering, did they just tell me
Come on
that?
now. Yeah, no, they're
You
lying
know?
to you, Sarah. They hate the
I
bridesmaid
don't know.
dresses.
I feel like I'm going to have to wait and go to a place with them that they can wear this said dress and maybe they'll wear
you
it
should
again.
like aggressively imply, "Oh my God, that would be great for that
Yeah,
bridesmaid
I
dress.
may.
Just shorten it a little bit."
I may. Like you said earlier, Jane, she's running from one wedding as a bridesmaid to another one. And I feel like you just have to politely decline to stand in one of the weddings instead of killing yourself trying to make both of them.
Yeah.
And from paying the cab driver to take you from one to another, like, it seems like she's done this before. She knew exactly how much money to give the guy for the night that would make it worth his while. And, tells him that if you take a look in the back seat while I'm changing, like, it just gets deducted. Like, I loved this scene. I thought it was hilarious, but I would politely decline saying, like, "Sorry, I can't stand in your one wedding because I'm going to kill myself getting from like Brooklyn to another part of New York."
But she's somebody who can't say no to anybody.
That's
right?
a good point. That's
the
a big
fatal flaw of
yes,
Jane.
that is a big plot line in this movie. Oh yeah, you're right.
So why don't you just say no?
What?
Say no. You have said no to people before, haven't you?
Yes, of course. Many, many times when the situation. Never. Not once.
I've got a question. There is and this is ignorant male talking here. There's a scene where she's helping both brides pee.
Yes.
And they're
yes.
like, it looks like a big giant loofah with the wedding dress
Oh my
kind of
God,
poofed up
yes.
around them. And obviously they're trying to. Is that a thing? Do bridesmaids collectively need to, like, okay, who's helping so-and-so pee now? Because
100%.
the bride. Oh, yeah. You need
100%. I have been that bridesmaid. I've been that bridesmaid holding the bride's dress up in the bathroom stall.
Aren't you afraid that it's going to end up in the toilet?
Well, that's why the bridesmaids are there.
That's a key job.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sometimes your dress is so big that you can't lift it yourself, so you have to get help to lift it and make sure that it doesn't touch the ground or it doesn't touch the toilet. You know,
you come in.
How awful would that be if you just peed and it dips down into it? You got a
That'd be horrible.
You got a wet yellow dress.
Ugh.
Gross.
That's disgusting.
Right? You're welcome.
So one small complaint that I do have about this movie, I mean, just
you can't have any. Sorry.
Anything with Kevin Doyle,
Okay.
James Marsden, like, I felt like this meet cute wasn't as fun just because there was so much animosity right off the top. And I've realized something that I don't like about romantic comedies. Maybe you listening feel the same way. I don't like meet cutes where they hate each other for like half the movie. Like, I think about Leap Year, good movie, but like I didn't like that they were just bickering for an hour. Same with this movie.
So, okay,
I wanted to see the sparks fly a little sooner. I want to see that chemistry. And I thought they had chemistry when they were, skipping ahead a little bit, drinking in the bar and they were singing to Benny and the Jets.
Definitely.
Oh, man, it's so good.
But there wasn't enough of that, eh? You wanted to, like, really believe their love.
But I liked that scene and those scenes so much. It's like, why weren't we doing this for
earlier?
Like, it took us an hour to get to this point. Why weren't we doing this earlier? I love this.
Okay, so she leaves her planner behind in the cab, and of course, he reads it. Like you said, he's a reporter, and he needs his big break to get out of the wedding commitment section. So he decides that this is going to be his next article. It's going to be about her. He sees that she's in a lot of weddings and how they've created this wedding market that's overpriced, and hence her standing in everyone and their dog's wedding, and how just become this big gigantic commercialized thing that should just be about love and each other. And so that's kind of what he thinks is going to get him out of the commitments.
So that's actually an honorable angle. And then on the flip side, we have Jane, and we're learning a little bit more about her.
We are.
She's in love with her boss.
Yes, the world's biggest crush on her boss, Georgie Porgy. That's not his name. I just said it, though. It's an unfortunate name, actually.
Sarah's kind of loopy today. I like
Woo.
it. We got loopy Sarah here.
Yeah, and you can tell right off the bat, she just, her world stops when he is around. He is her boss. She is his assistant.
Yeah.
So she basically bends over backwards for him every single day. And he just doesn't see it.
It had kind of a little bit less toxic, but it had Kate Winslet from The Holiday vibes, where she loves her boss, but she just ends up so weepy and so depressed and so sad about it.
Yeah.
And in The Holiday, the boss knew it, and he used that to his advantage to be extremely destructive.
Yeah.
In this case, George isn't a bad guy.
No, he's super nice. He's wonderful.
But especially when... Are we talking about the next meet cute now?
So the next meet cute happens. Jane has to go pick up her sister at the airport, and guess who he literally falls in love with at first sight? So that night, they're having a work function. Jane's going, George is going as well. Jane, being the great sister that she is, doing absolutely everything for Tess as always, says, hey, why don't you come to our work function? Tess says, no, I'm meeting up with some people from Milan, blah, blah, blah. I guess she works in the fashion industry in Milan, came home for 2 weeks, or so we think. And turns out, I guess she ditched her friends in Milan or whatever, and she ends up showing up at the work function. And of course, their eyes meet from across the room.
We have a real meet cute.
We have a real meet cute, and it's a steamy meet cute. And so, yeah, Jane literally stands there watching the whole thing go down as they meet, and it's just slow motion terrible.
And she fell in love with George, and George fell in love with her.
Yes. Who do you find more attractive, Katherine Heigl or Malin Ackerman?
Malin Ackerman for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Wait, do you disagree?
No, I agree.
Without a doubt.
She's just super annoying. Her character is very annoying in this movie, but she is more attractive than Katherine Heigl. I agree.
She has a role in The Watchmen, the movie.
Oh, yes, she does. Yeah.
And that...
she's the only female.
Oh my God, is she the only
I
female?
think so.
Oh,
as per
horrible.
usual.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
As per usual. Kind of like the Black Widow in Marvel for a
Oh,
long
man.
time.
I never noticed that. Yep. Well, I'll just move on.
So that's why I know exactly who she is. Yep.
Yeah, the only woman in The Watchmen.
Yeah. Oh, that one?
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, how did Kevin know about the party?
Yeah, that's a good question. Did he just... Oh, no, he's got a planner. He's got a planner.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, my gosh. We just came to
He
that.
makes a joke. He's like, it was either here or your 2:00 pedicure on Thursday.
Oh,
or something
yes.
like that,
Oh, my
right?
God.
He makes a joke.
Yes, yeah. Oh, and then that's where we find out. So Jane earlier that day had received an anonymous flowers with no card, and she thought that they were from George.
And she thought the sparks were
Oh,
flying.
100%. So she was actually on her way over to George when Tess showed up.
And then, surprise, here's Kevin Doyle instead, the guy who hates
You say
marriage.
that so he's disgusting. Kevin Doyle.
That's how Jane feels.
I know, but it's Kevin Doyle.
I know. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love
too.
him. Meanwhile, we're learning more about Tess and George.
Mm-hmm.
And we're learning something about Tess. Mostly that everything she's saying she's interested in to George is all a lie.
Yeah, she's a big fat lie.
He's a vegetarian, so she lied and said she's a vegetarian. He loves hiking. He loves being outdoors. He loves mountain climbing. She says yes.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Totally into all those things. I love dogs. He loves dogs. Oh my God, wow. All of it's a lie.
Yeah.
Have you ever lied about liking something to get a guy?
I think you think that I have lied.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I knew it. I knew you were going to bring it up, and I will bring it up. I'm just letting you know now.
Oh my God.
I have It's the video game thing, eh?
Yes, of course
knew
it's
it.
the video
I
game
knew
thing.
it. I love video games, but I don't like your shooting video games.
I don't
no,
always
thank
play shooting
you.
video games.
You play a lot of them.
What percentage of people do you think lie to get a guy?
Like 85%.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
Okay.
Okay, because at the beginning,
I agree with that. So do you think you're in the 15% or the 85%?
well, I think you think I'm in the 85%
Yes, I do.
with the video games.
Statistically, that seems like the more likely answer.
You have to
no?
remember, I also did. You were like, oh, you said you liked watching me play video games, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I watched you play basically all of Assassin's Creed.
If you're listening right now, you're probably like, whoa, oh my God, I'm midway through an argument. I don't even know what's happening. When we first started dating, I said, hey, Sarah, I like playing video games. And she said, oh, that's fine. I watch people play video games all the time. She never watches. And I don't need you to watch, but like I feel like that was a lie to get in my pants. I feel a little bit used, okay?
Do you?
And I'm going to throw a stat out there. I'm going to say about 70% of people fake interest in video games. Here's the other big one.
Okay.
I think about 40% fake interest in sports.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, sports.
It's a big,
okay.
big
You know
offender.
what, though? I'm a big fan of baseball. You don't like baseball.
Yeah. But
I don't.
I didn't lie and say that I like baseball, Sarah, did I? Hey?
But I also didn't lie that I don't love basketball.
Yeah, no, you lied about other things. It's fair.
No.
And then I think about 10% of people lie about doing a sport. Like, oh my God, you play soccer? I play soccer too. And then you get them on a soccer field, a pitch, and they're
I feel like,
horrible
or
at it.
like, oh, I know how to play that or something, or
Yeah.
I'd be down to play it. Yeah,
Yes.
I that might be like higher than 10%. I feel.
you think it's higher
But,
than
like,
10? Yeah.
So just to recap, Tess and George are getting very close, and on the flip side, Kevin is still asking Jane out, and she still says no. The most awkward proposal, though, happens.
Yeah, George proposes to Tess, but
I had secondhand embarrassment
so
the
embarrassing.
whole time.
So George forgets something at work. I think it was his wallet.
Yes, it was.
And Jane knows where he's going to be, so she's like, oh, sweet, at this restaurant, just go bring it to him. She walks in, a mariachi band comes flying out. It's the Will You Marry Me?
Yeah.
And George has the awkward moment of, oh, sorry, guys, the wrong sister. It's the wrong
one.
Yeah, it's the wrong one. And then Jane kind of...
It's not the one. It's not the one.
Yeah, she's slowly piecing it together like, wait, will you marry me? George is standing there. She's slowly coming to the realization, and then Tess walks in, and then he's like, oh no, here she is, let's go, guys! And then they start, and Jane kind of has to awkwardly hang out with the mariachi band.
So awkward.
Which she didn't need to do that. They were just
No.
trying to ham up the uncomfortableness.
And they did a really good job, because I was like, oh my God, this is so weird
it
and
was
awkward.
really bad. She was like bumping into the accordion.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was really bad.
It was really bad. And so now, of course, Jane can't say no. So Tess has asked Jane to plan her wedding.
Will you be my maid of honor?
Will
Yeah.
you be my maid of honor? Will you basically plan everything? And Hal, their dad, gives Tess their mother's wedding dress, which honestly...
What an idiot.
And Tess...
Hal's a moron.
Yes, he totally is. And Tess earlier on in the movie says like how she didn't like her mother's dress. It was so old-fashioned. Oh, look at those pleats, blah, blah, blah. And Jane loves the dress, thinking it's so classic and elegant and beautiful. But again, this is a moment where Tess is just a little bit bratty and just like faking it for George, I think. She's like, oh my God, I love it. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, how wonderful, blah, blah, blah. And Jane's dying inside. Like, I would die if I wanted that and knew Tess didn't even like it, but took it anyway. Like, I literally wrote down, she's such a poser, it's maddening. Here we go, rant. Sarah
All right,
rants.
here we go. Let's have it.
She literally takes everything Jane wanted, and because now she's getting married, and turns out they're walking in Central Park, and Tess is like, look at where I'm getting married now. I'm going to get married. I know you really wanted to get married at the boathouse, but I'm getting married there in 3 weeks. It's like, step off.
Stealing her wedding. She's stealing Jane's
Literally,
wedding.
she is
with
stealing it.
Jane's man.
They go to a cake tasting, and Jane puts 2 and 2 together that Malcolm Doyle, the writer of her wonderfully loving commitment articles that she cuts out and posts around her apartment, is actually the man that's been weirdly following her around the entire city, Kevin
To be fair,
Doyle.
She puts 2 and 2 together because he shows up.
Well,
and he's like, hey, I'm writing the commitments for the Tess and George wedding.
That's what I was going to say
And she's like,
next.
Kevin, what are you doing here? And he's like, actually, my pen name is Malcolm. And the side story, which you kind of touched on, is that Jane, she's obsessed with weddings.
Obsessed.
She actually loves the commitment section of that newspaper, and she clips out the favorites of Malcolm Doyle that she likes.
Yeah, only written by Malcolm Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's actually a huge fan of his.
Yes.
And there is kind of a disconnect where she's like, but this guy hates weddings. But he writes so eloquently about weddings.
Mm-hmm.
It is this strange thing where, like, this guy that I hate is actually this writer that I love. How can they be the same guy? Also, he's interested in you, Jane.
Yeah. So
It's
weird.
a little confusing.
She's also completely like...
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
oblivious to him liking her, I think, or maybe she just doesn't want to acknowledge it. But part of him writing an article on a couple for their wedding and their planning of their wedding is that he has to interview immediate family and the very close friends. And so they go over to Jane's house. So Malcolm Doyle, or Kevin Doyle, goes to Jane's house. And this is where my favorite scene happens.
God, this can't be your best scene.
No, this is my best scene.
Stop it.
There's absolutely no other scene that tops this scene for me, because we get to see all of the 27 dresses that she has been hiding in her massive closet.
Oh my God, what the hell is that?
Theme wedding.
What was the theme? Humiliation? God. No, people do not have gone with the wind weddings.
I have been to 3.
I'm happy. This is like a dream come true, because so many times when things like montages, you just want to see absolutely everything. It's kind of like the movie Love, Wedding, Repeat, where there were, 100 different ways to go about doing it, but we only saw 4. Like, I want to see all the 27 dresses, and I got to do that. I got to do that.
Through a very long montage.
It was
fantastic.
like a 5-minute
montage.
Yeah, but there were some real ugly themed weddings.
Yeah.
And choices that occurred in those brides' minds.
Very pretty. Do you feel pretty?
Adorable. Every bride loves her accessories.
I'm trying to think of what this is like. It's like
nothing you've ever seen before.
No, it's like a Michael Bay movie where it's all explosions, it's all glitz and glamour, but there's nothing to it. It's just dresses, Sarah. It's a montage.
It's just
music.
dressed up and pretty.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just dresses.
I'll take it.
You know what? You found something you love. I shouldn't shoot you down.
Yeah,
for
you
it.
shouldn't.
Good for you.
Don't shit all over it.
I just think it's stupid.
Well, to each their own, Devin. To each their own. Okay, registries.
Okay.
What do you think about registries? We have a registry. How do you feel about
for our upcoming wedding?
Yes, for our upcoming wedding.
I feel like we never talk about this. So many people
Sorry.
have messaged us being like, "Are you guys together?"
Yes.
Yeah, we are. Actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
like to watch romantic comedies in our free time, and we thought, hey, let's do a podcast about it. So genuinely, in our little home, we've got a studio in the corner. I do some voice acting sometimes, and we also record a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's our story.
That is our story.
We're getting married.
Quick
We have
nutshell.
a registry. So what's your question?
Okay, so how did you feel when I asked you to help me choose things for our registry?
Ladies, here's the thing. Here's how you get a guy into registries.
So excited.
You bring up some kind of power tool of some kind. I
Absolutely.
think Sarah was like, hey, you could put a chainsaw on
This
there.
is 100% what
I
I did.
immediately crane my neck and look outside. I'm like, oh my God, look at all the trees I could cut down with a chainsaw, man. And then you're on the gambit with the guy. I'm like getting, drills. I'm getting power tools. I'm getting hedge trimmers.
I think a few ladders.
Yeah, some ladders. Yeah. I feel like with guys, you really need to open their minds to some things, because when I think registry, I think cutlery and I think plates. And
that as well. But you really gotta set a niche area.
Here's a little play area. This is how men work best. Here's a little area where you can play.
Yeah.
It's on a golf course. Just
That
go there
you'll
for 5
enjoy.
hours. Yeah, grab yourself a beer and go away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Your sister wants so many presents from so many different stores that she physically cannot register for them all herself.
She's pressed for time. It's a short engagement.
Good God, another one?
To you, it's just another casserole dish. To Tess, it's the pot she's going to cook my mother's Christmas roast in.
Oh, Tess cooks?
All right, well, I'm going to cook it, but Tess will be there with George. And this isn't just another vase.
The vase.
This is the vase that Tess will get out when George brings home flowers. Just because he felt like it.
I see. And this is the rooster-shaped umbrella holder that will hold all of George's umbrellas.
Okay, so then Tess is busy with something. I don't know what she's doing, to be honest with you, because who knows. And Jane goes with George to a food tasting for their wedding. And Kevin shows up. And again, I'm like, why are you there?
He's there because he realized that Jane loves George.
No, he walks into the place and realizes in that one moment, he sees them together. He sees her fawning over him. And he figures it out that she loves George. He offers Jane a ride back into town. Jane goes, no, I'll go with George, blah, blah, blah. And he insists.
Yeah.
And so this is where that great scene when they're in the bar.
This was close to my best scene.
You know what? This was my second best scene because I loved it. I also love Benny and the Jets, so.
I don't think a single human alive, if you're listening right now and you say yes to this question, you're lying to yourself and to me. Nobody knows the lyrics to Benny and the Jets.
Oh, yes.
Because the funny thing is so that's kind of like they both get drunk at the bar. The car goes off the road. They end up at a bar, and classic, very much like Leap Year.
Yes,
the guy is like, "Hey, we're gonna be stuck here for a bit. Let's just have a drinky poo." Great,
drinky poo,
a little drinky poo. And then they both get hammered.
Yeah,
and they end up having a good time. And Benny and the Jets comes on. And they both start singing along to Benny and the Jets. And here's the thing: they're both definitely singing the wrong lyrics, but I also don't know what the right lyrics are, and it takes this movie to show you that.
Hey, kids, shake and lose a lemon. Politicians wanna sing, gonna make a feather. That's exactly the words. Sorry, lyric police, what are the words?
You're gonna hairy hands and music, so the walrus sound.
Walrus sounds?
Take pennies and longer in a cement jet. Ooh, but your soul lays down.
Benny and the Jets.
Nobody knows the lyrics to Benny and the Jets.
I think I know more than I'd like to.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
I'll pull up the lyrics right now, and you sing along.
Oh, no.
Thank you for volunteering, Sarah.
Shit, no.
Okay. I'll start you off. Hey, kids, shake it loose together.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind.
I was going to say, I didn't even know that was the first line of the song.
I know it's Electric Boots.
Nope, it's not.
What? What is it?
You picked out 2 words in the entire song.
Yes,
and you actually
and
got them wrong. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I actually
it's
have
electric music.
I have a quick fact on this anyway, so. Okay, moving on. That was a pure. Okay, my confidence. Actually. You want to know what's really funny is that this goes really, really well into the quick fact I have about this song.
Do you want to just hit it with us right now? Okay, no.
I'm going to save it. It's a tease.
But yeah, this was close to my best scene. We're finally starting to see some... I mean, during the 27 dresses montage, we could see that Jane was opening up a little bit to Kevin.
Yep.
But now in this scene, hey, sparks are starting to fly a little bit.
So before Kevin Doyle had left that day from work... His editor let him know that his story about the 27 dresses was going to be published. And
she's like, this is a hit.
Yeah. And he said, no, don't publish it. I want to talk to her first. Turns out that the next day when they're at breakfast after the pub night, one of the girls serving them goes, oh my God, you're the girl from the article. The article was published. His editor did it anyway. And she feels very betrayed.
And I think the key thing is that he pokes fun a little bit at Jane. He takes a shot at the wedding industry, but he really fires some shots at Tess.
Yes. Oh my God. Which I was like, yes, this is amazing.
Calls her a bridezilla, how she's going to be stomping around Manhattan and climbing the Empire State Building. I think there was a Kong reference there.
Oh, big time.
And so Tess is bridezilling, ironically, at this moment. And she's freaking out at Jane because it's all Jane's fault.
Yeah.
In Tess's mind, it's all Jane's fault.
Yes.
You're making me look like an idiot.
And it snowballs into this, she's already feeling crappy because the article's about her in not a great light either. And then you have Tess, your little sister, who's so bratty.
Piling on
and basically making you feel like a horrible person. It's just I just felt so bad for Jane in that moment. At this point, everything's coming to a head.
Yeah.
Jane is kind of, beaten down, really, and she goes to the dress fitting for her sister, Tess.
Yeah.
She tries on the dress, and she goes, oh, look at my dress, blah, blah, blah. And Jane's like, weren't you wearing Mom's dress? I thought, where's Mom's dress? And she goes, oh, I cut it up. She cut it up.
Yeah, she used like a little bit of fabric from the dress and she put it some.
And that's
like
it. Like in the middle of the dress is just like a tiny little piece. And she goes, she literally hands her the rest of the dress in pieces and says, here, this is for you to use. And Jane just has it. Like she's done. She gets up. It's the final straw. Basically yells at her, says she doesn't care about anyone other than herself, which is kind of true.
So this is actually my best scene.
What?
This is my best scene. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Tell me more.
Because all movie, we're watching Jane get slammed. She's getting put through the ringer. And it's just so satisfying when the main character goes a little, like snaps a little bit and just tells everybody how it's got to be. And she does it a little bit here. This is where I was hoping she was going to punch her in the tit.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the wedding dress, just give her a little jab,
I feel like that would definitely be a moment in something that would happen in the proposal with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Like that would be the tit punch. I can see her doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But great moment. It kind of leads us into the Fista Resistance, which is the...
Oh my God.
I was about to say the PowerPoint presentation. It was the slideshow.
The rehearsal dinner.
The rehearsal dinner, yes.
Jane has now had it. So this whole entire time, ever since Tess and George had gotten engaged, Tess has enlisted Jane to create this slideshow of pictures of George and pictures of Tess from when they've been growing up, etc., all leading through up to now and their relationship together.
It's a classic thing you do at wedding, like weddings do it. Yeah.
Totally, yes. Yes, it is 20 years of repressed feelings coming out.
Yeah, and I didn't really necessarily love this.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was a little bit passive-aggressive that so she went exactly an hour and 20 minutes until Jane finally snapped at Tess and was like, listen, you little shit, I'm going to tell George that you've been lying to him this whole time or else, and also you suck for destroying our mom's dress. I was like, here we go, Jane.
Heck yeah.
And then instead of just walking up to George and being like, hey, my sister is a piece of shit, she's like, I'm going to do it in a cheeky little passive-aggressive PowerPoint presentation. And that's how I'm going to get back at you.
It was slightly satisfying.
It was satisfying, but it was like, we're doing it in the slideshow.
Totally.
Okay.
Like, it was definitely passive-aggressive and, like, not the right way to go about doing it, but it was definitely satisfying. Yeah.
So, basically, the slideshow is like, hey, here's George, and he loves dogs, and here's Tess, and she doesn't love dogs, and it's like Tess, like, cowering away from a dog. It was Tess.
Their love is based on a deep understanding and acceptance of who the other person really is. The love of two true soulmates, Tess and George.
The wedding can no longer...
off the wedding.
He calls off the wedding.
Completely.
George is done with Tess.
Yeah.
And Jane feels a little bit bad about it, which, man, I hate that. Because I feel like Jane was very justified. Not in the way she did it.
Yeah.
The way she did it was really bad.
I was going to say, it's satisfying. It's not justified.
Yeah, no. Well, it was the way she did it. It was the wrong way to do the thing that had to be done, I guess is the way to say it.
I agree. Like, it, again, could have done it a different way.
Yeah, be a little bit more tactful next time.
Right. So the wedding's called off. But the ending of this movie is great.
We have the George-Jane kiss.
Yes.
Which is really important.
Yes, she goes into the office. He says, I can't do this without you. You're always there. You always say yes. You never say no. And in that moment, she realizes it's like perpetual. Like, I can't not say no. And so she says, you know what? I quit. You're going to be fine without me. And
she also reveals that she loves him in that
Yes.
moment.
The only reason she stayed was because she was in love with him. And that's what he...
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
That's what she tells him. And they kiss.
And nothing happens.
And they feel nothing.
She even remarks, she's like, I didn't really feel anything.
Yeah.
And he says, do you want to try again? And they try again, and nothing happens. Have you ever kissed a guy and nothing's happened?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Especially because he was like brushing my teeth essentially while we were making out. It was awful. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
But yes, no, it felt nothing.
A quick little backtrack. At the end of that rehearsal dinner, after the wedding's been called off and Jane's really, really emotional, who's outside but our guy Kevin? He just shows up to everything.
I told you, he weirdly knows everything.
And she's really emotional. She doesn't want to see him. She doesn't want to talk to him. She's still pissed about the article. And he kind of tells her, like, listen, you deserve better than what you've been getting.
I saw what you did there, and you know what? I thought it was amazing. Was it absolutely certifiably nuts? Yes, it was. But you did something, Jane. For the first time, you were not just the perfect bridesmaid.
Stop. Just please, I'm not doing this with you again. I don't even know why I'm sitting here talking to you.
You know what? Let me tell you. Look, come here, listen to me. Do you want to know the real reason why I came here tonight? Because I knew this was going to be hard for you. And for the first time in a really long time, I wanted to be there for somebody. Yeah. All right, I messed up. I did. I'm sorry. And I'm going to turn around, I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to vanish. You'll never see me again. I promise. But I want you to know that I think you deserve more than what you've settled for. I do. I think you deserve to be taken care of for a change.
He more or less says that
I believe that.
Yeah.
He also gives her...
Which is wild, because they really haven't spent that much time together.
No. He also gives her, like, a phone that can double as a planner.
Yeah.
So then,
BlackBerry.
After the kiss with George, Benny and the Jets, we don't know the lyrics, comes on.
Clearly,
she realizes it's coming out of that phone, and he had programmed his name,
Right,
his phone number in there with the Benny and the Jets theme song.
Love it. The ending of this movie is where, well, not the official ending, but she realizes that she needs to go see where he is. And so she runs to a wedding that is happening, and it's on a cruise ship. She jumps on the ship, with heels, might I add, and goes up there. The bride is like, oh my God, you're that girl from the article. And she goes, yeah, I need your help. And so goes up to the mic, makes a speech.
Kevin, I've been waiting my whole life for the right guy to come along, and then you showed up. And you're nothing like the man I imagined. You're cynical and cranky and impossible. But the truth is, fighting with you is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I think there's a very good chance that I'm falling in love with you. So, that's it. That's all I have to say, so I'll go now.
Basically says that she loves him too.
Yeah.
And they kiss.
And then they kiss in the crowd.
And then 1 year later, it's their wedding.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
I loved it because, like, I always, at the end of a rom-com, I always want to see, like, what their future is.
Really?
Yes.
I don't, like...
I always want to know.
I want to let my imagine run wild. What happened with them,
Sometimes that's good, but this movie, it ended just the way I wanted it to. It was their wedding, and her bridesmaids were...
all 27
Judy
of the,
Greer and her sister, Tess, but all 27 of the other ladies, I loved it, dressed in the dresses
their bridesmaids' dresses,
loved it.
Quick facts.
Quick facts. The wardrobe department reported that their initial designs for the dresses all looked too good on Katherine Heigl because of her figure, and they were hard-pressed to design bridesmaids' dresses that would look bad on her.
That's funny. That's a good compliment, Catherine.
No, seriously. While Jane and Kevin are in the bar, a Josh Kelly song can be heard in the background. In real life, Josh Kelly is married to Katherine Heigl.
Whoa!
Really cool. Katherine Heigl is only a few months younger than Malin Ackerman, who, in the movie, played her younger sister. Prints were shipped to some theaters under the fake title Wardrobe.
That's it, Wardrobe.
Yes. There was a movie titled Got to Believe, released in February 2002, that has almost the same story and characters. It tells a story of a wedding coordinator who is always the bridesmaids, never the bride. She falls in love with a photographer who does not believe in happy endings. Katherine Heigl has previously played another character who was in love with a man named George. This was while she was on the TV show Grey's Anatomy as Izzy Stevens. In the show, she was in love with a character named George O'Malley. Brian Kerwin, who plays Hal, their father, guest starred in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Katherine Heigl said on Instagram on the 10th anniversary of 27 Dresses that at the time I was a 28-year-old gal planning my own wedding and wearing Invisalign to correct my snaggle teeth for the wedding pics. Now I am a 39-year-old mother of 3 celebrating 10 years of marriage and letting my snaggle teeth make a comeback because I ultimately liked them better that way. Katherine Heigl did not get to keep any of the bridesmaids' dresses from the movie. So this is where the Elton John lyric comes in. The Elton John lyrics were meant to be incorrect. They belt out the wrong lyrics singing. She's got electric boobs instead of electric boots. But even that is wrong, I guess, is what I'm told.
Wait.
It is right.
She's got yes, there's another part where they talk about electric music.
There you go. However, that was how it was written in the script. Aline McKenna, the screenplay writer, said that it's not just that Benny and the Jets is a song that you don't know the words to, because there's a lot of songs that you don't know the words to. It's a song that you don't know the words to that you sing with a tremendous amount of confidence. I love that. McKenna also went on to say that she originally wanted for Jane to end up on her own. She said, I always wanted her to actually go on a date with somebody that you felt was going to be a healthy date for her. Katherine Heigl said that there was no other way that the movie could end other than a wedding. Katherine Heigl said she wants a sequel to 27 Dresses. However, they can't quite get the rights from Fox, she said in an interview. She said, I think it would be awesome to see, seriously, what are their lives like 10 years later? Do they end up together? I personally think they did. I think Tess and George have like 3 kids or at least 2. And I think she's made Jane the godmother every time. So Jane has to plan the christenings and the baby showers and the gender reveal parties and the whole thing. But then all the other bridesmaids also make her the godmother. But Jane and Kevin can't get pregnant.
Honorable mentions. It's got to be Judy Greer, right?
Oh, man. My honorable mention's Judy Greer, too.
She's the only choice for
She's
this,
the
Sarah.
only good choice. I
think
completely agree.
We should put her on the Mount Rushmore of romantic comedy greatness because she's never the actual star.
Yes.
But it's like, you know how like Michael Jordan, he needed his Scottie Pippen. Judy Greer has made a movie career out of being that person for everybody.
Yeah.
For Jennifer Garner, for Jennifer Lopez, for Katherine Heigl now.
Oh, there's so many. I think you're completely right. Like, Judy Greer is gold.
And it took us this many episodes for us to realize she's in everything. It's crazy.
It's wonderful. That's what I'd like to say. It's wonderful. What should have beens?
Do you have a what should have been?
I don't.
Okay. Judy Greer deserves to finally find love in one of these movies.
I agree.
Any one of the movies. So I started thinking, Judy Greer is kind of the best support in a rom-com. Who is a male actor who's been in so many movies, but he's never really the star of any one thing?
Okay.
I'm going to say Sam Rockwell. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. I'm going to show you a picture of Sam Rockwell, and you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about, because he is not... I mean, he's starred in like 1 or 2 things, but he is the quintessential... I'm just going to be the third guy in a movie kind of thing. Yeah, come here and take a look.
I 100% know who that is.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes.
Sam Rockwell is the perfect choice for this because he was actually nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Academy Awards 2 years in a row.
Wow.
And the second time around, he actually won.
Oh, good for him.
So we have an Academy Award-winning supporting star for who I would consider to be romantic comedy greatness for her supporting roles.
Oh, I love it.
Does that not make sense?
Yes, I think that was a really good match.
Sam Rockwell, Judy Greer. Make it happen, guys.
Yep.
I mean, right now we're talking about the character of...
Maybe they can lead their own rom-com together.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
All right, let's write to whoever needs to be written to.
I love it.
Let's do it.
Rewatchability.
My rewatchability is Chemistry 3, Storyline 4.5, Thirst Factor 4, Imagination 3.5, Soundtrack 3, Cheese 3.5 for an overall score of 3.6 out of 5.
Thirst Factor 4?
Yeah, man. James Marsden, you got Malin Ackerman, and you got George. I don't know.
Is George hot?
I think George is cute.
Oh, wow. I never even would have...
Edward Burns.
I didn't really factor him into my Thirst Factor. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, I did. I feel like there were 4 leads. I feel like there was Katherine Heigl, James Marsden, Malin Ackerman, and Edward Burns.
I'm going to say Chemistry 3.5, Storyline 4, Thirst Factor 3.5, Imagination 3, Soundtrack 4. It's Benny and the Jets.
Oh,
Sarah.
yeah, okay.
Come on.
Put it as 3.
2 for Cheese for a grand score of 3.3 out of 5.
There you go.
And this has been the Rom-Com Rewind of 27 Dresses. Can I throw one last question out at you?
Sure.
I can't tell... Is Katherine Heigl's like off-screen shenanigans, does that make you dislike her a little bit? And I was thinking about actors or musicians or celebrities who this kind of happens for.
Okay.
Like Chevy Chase, for example.
Oh, yeah.
I've just heard so many things about him off screen that I just kind of don't really like him anymore. I'm going to put Shia LaBeouf on the list.
Oh, but he was so good in Holes.
Okay, Holes. Wow. That's really the movie you're throwing out there?
Disney Holes, yeah.
Shia, he's kind of been in. Sometimes his shenanigans are funny. Sometimes they're just strange.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, makes the list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what? Oh, for Goop or whatever it's called?
Yeah, well, I find she's just a unique character, but also I've heard some things like how she's kind of a diva.
Is she the one that has the Yoo-hoo smelling
Yeah,
candle?
yeah.
Okay.
The candle that smells like a...
Yoo-hoo, yeah.
Yeah. So does Katherine Heigl fall into that category of, I don't know if I like you still?
Like I said, I think she's actually tried to redeem that. So she doesn't for me. She doesn't fall in that for me. I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt for having to sleep with a ghost.
Fair enough.
You know? I'll
Maybe
give her that.
Her whole career has been dictated by, listen guys, I'm kind of an asshole today at work, but like, they made me sleep with a ghost on Grey's Anatomy, so I'm a little on edge here.
Yeah.
This has been the Rom-Com Rewind of 27 Dresses. If you're listening to us on Spotify, please throw us a follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Also, leave a review. And on Instagram, at Rom-Com Rewind. On TikTok, at Rom-Com Rewind.
Thanks for listening.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.